What is up, guys? Empire. Alliance battles have just been added as a new feature in Cookie Run Kingdom, so I wanted to go make this video to go over everything you're going to want to know about Alliance battles, as well as what you're going to get as rewards from Alliance battles, and how you guys should build some of your teams, and how you guys should proceed to battle in Alliance battles. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. Alright, so let's go over the first basic. This is the first season of the Cookie Alliance, and it's going to last for about 26 days on this first season. We don't know necessarily if each season is going to last 26 days, but 26 days is quite a long time, especially because each ticket takes about maybe about 12 hours to go. So you can see up here I have 7 hours 40 minutes to go on my recharge time to get the extra one. You can also recharge for 2 alliance tickets for 400 gems, and you can do only like 1 refill per day anyways. I don't really recommend you guys refill, but there is that. And now let's go into some of the breakdowns about what the Cookie Alliance is. It's basically all the cookies are coming together to go fight off these waves, and you're going to use 25 cookies in total. And the campaign rules will be that there is going to be increased max HP for each cookie. You'll have decreased healing received by each cookie, so healing is less effective, as well as decreased amount of HP added with HP shields. So HP shields such as pure vanillas as well as Eclairs cookie would be kind of lessened as well too. Decreased damage inflicted by allied summon creatures, so you can't use summon meta immensely. It'll still be good to use summon meta because you'll have an extra body that kind of gets renewed in HP, and it'll also decrease summon duration for allied summon creatures as well too. Enemies are more resistant to debuff, as well as there will be times where there'll be a special shadow effect that will be detrimental to your cookies but beneficial to enemies. It's not like you can do much about that, but just be aware that could happen. Cookie Alliance battles are played in auto mode only, and you can only choose to tag in different teams here and there after the cooldowns. And so there's a little bit of strategy involved, but not a whole lot of strategy with clicking and moving. So I honestly appreciate the fact that you don't have to big brain and use skills in proper orders to be able to go and complete the content. And then so here you'll also see that you can quit the campaign mid-battle, and when you re-enter the battle, you'll pick up from the same wave that you were at. And the following parameters will be carried over from your last cleared wave, which is including your score, your playtime, your skills, treasure, and team swap cooldowns. So it's not like you can use cooldowns to be able to spam skills over and over again just by exiting. The cookies HP you have left, and defeated cookies. So once again, you can't just exit out and expect your cookies to come back to full HP. Accordingly, you will pick up having completed the last cleared wave. A Cookie Alliance campaign will end when all 5 teams are defeated. So for rewards, you'll see here it says secure rewards for clearing certain waves. If you have managed to clear a wave with rewards, you will be able to claim them on the campaign results screen. You can only obtain rewards you managed to secure. You can reset the campaign and immediately claim your secured rewards as well too. The scoring rules will be that defeating monsters to obtain points, defeating a boss monster will grant you more points, defeating summoned creatures brings no points, obtain wave combo points for clearing waves without losing a team. Your final score will appear on battle screen result screens after all 5 teams are defeated. If you reset your current campaign, you will be awarded a score for the last wave you managed to clear. You don't have to see the final campaign's results screen to have your score reflected in the ranking. When tallying starts during mid-campaign, the score may not be counted towards the final score. Your tier will be calculated according to your score using tickets and editing team. Once you have used your alliance ticket and started a campaign, you cannot edit your teams or change the team order. You cannot remove any equipped toppings. However, you will be able to upgrade equipped toppings or equip new toppings to empty slots. You can also promote and level up your cookies, their skills, and your treasures. So one very important thing you got to know is for the rewards screen, you'll end up getting rewards, but also if you have completed certain waves and certain things, you'll end up getting certain chests you can pick out, or one chest you can pick out. And if you want, you can use an alliance key to grab the other chest if you wanted that one. The chests will have a relic in them. You'll see later down, I believe, in this little guide, the rarities that go involved. Actually, no, I'll show you guys really quickly the rarities involved in them. You'll see here that when you go and do some stuff like the relics for the museums, you go and see that there are certain rarities to them. Like legendary has a 1% chance, epics have 5.3, rares have 32.8, and commons have 60.9%. I will show a little bit more about relics later, but basically your guild will work together to collect relics to be able to get buffs for the guild as well too. So the better your guild is, the higher likelihood that your guild ends up getting more relics or better relics for better buffs as well too. So once again, it puts emphasis on getting a guild. Koff, join our guild in Hollyberry server to be in a good guild as well too. Some other things to note is that where it says here, you will lose your combo if your team dies. Just remember that if a character dies in your team, you will not lose your combo. So you can always like lose a couple people and then swap your teams. It's recommend that you don't lose your characters, but I'll talk more about strategies while alliance battling a little bit later in this video when we do alliance battles. But you'll also have the Beacon of Valor. The Beacon of Valor will be this thing right here in the middle where you can spend some of your gold to get a buff. The effect of this Beacon of Valor for right now is going to be effect 1, where all cookies are invigorated with courage and become level 60, as well as the effect 2 will be number of max cookie levels of blank. Depending on the number of max level cookies, earn extra plus 8 seconds in blast mode. As you see here, blast mode will happen at the start of a campaign and will give your cookies increased massive buffs based on the number of cookies you have at level 60. And this is the actual number of cookies you have at level 60 and does not include this invigorated buff that buffs your cookies at level 60 as well too. So you can see here, I have 10 cookies at level 60 in my 25 cookie roster, and you can get a maximum of 20 cookies level 60 for the maximum buff right there. And you can see here for myself, it says depending on the max number of cookies, earn an extra plus 8 second blast mode. Also, you may want to note that treasure cooldowns will be paused in blast mode, and you'll have over here in the guild ranking section, you can tap the ranking button to check the guild ranking and your guild members' scores. The guild ranking is based on the total amount of points earned by your guildies. Only the top 25 highest score members will be counted towards the ranking. If someone leaves your guild, their score will be deducted from your guild's total score. Accordingly, the score of a new member who joined mid-season will be added to the total score. Play at least once in Cookie Alliance to have your score added to your guild's score and claim rewards according to your guild's placement in the ranking. So once again, only the top 25 scores will matter, but everybody will still have to participate if everybody wants to get rewards. So just don't feel like you're like, oh, my guild members will just carry me and not do the alliance. You should do the alliance at least once to be able to get rewards. And for entry and tickets and rewards to begin a Cookie Alliance campaign, you will need to use alliance tickets. Alliance tickets recharge over time and can be purchased with crystals. However, there is a limit to how many crystals you can buy with crystals. How many tickets you can buy with crystals. You will earn season rewards depending on your Cookie Alliance tier. To claim them, you need to play in a campaign at least once. You can see over here on the left side, you can see the ranking rewards here. You can see I am rank 575 right now with 1 battle played. And you guys will see under guilds, we are currently as Key Lime Pies rank 63. And you can see the member rankings as well too if you want to see exactly who's doing best in your guild and who's doing the worst. As well as you can see the rewards on the side by the chest, and you'll see the player rewards. So what you end up scoring and doing on your own will be the rewards given here at the end of the season, as well as you can kind of see the guild reward over here, where if your guild is in the top 1%, you'll get 5,000 crystals and 1,500 rainbow cubes. If you yourself are in the top 1%, you'll get 10,000 crystals and 1,500 rainbow cubes, and you can see the other rewards down below. All right, a few more things before we go off into real battles and show you guys how you guys should be playing some of your alliance battles. And you'll see here that you guys can go and see the rewards. As you saw earlier, you'll get hidden rewards from going through the waves, as well as you get time jumpers, some gold, as well as the relics as we kind of showed earlier. You can kind of see the rates right there once again if you're curious about those. And one big thing you can also do is you guys can click on the map info and you guys can go and see the waves as well as kind of like the booster conditions on them, and you can practice the waves if you guys want to try to figure out what's a good team comp for you, a good strategy, or if you want to watch some YouTube videos on how some people tackle it and see if it works for you as well too without using your alliance tickets. Otherwise, you can just Oonga Boonga like I'm probably going to do and just go for it, because I'll probably be top 1% regardless of what happens, just because I'm sort of more of a veteran on Hollyberry server than other people as well too. Before we go on to the gameplay, I want to talk a little bit about team comps, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are curious about team comps and how you guys should set up teams and what you guys should be running. But you guys can see here, this is kind of my more main team right now, where I'm running Hollyberry as my frontliner, as well as Sea Fairy and Frost Queen as my nukers, along with Eclair as a nuker debuffer and Pure Vanilla as a healer. And as you guys remember, the healing and shielding in this mode is kind of nerfed, so to the point where I might want to replace Pure Vanilla with something like Cotton Cookie that summons. Summons are nerfed as well too, but at least summons are bodies that can absorb damage and be resummoned over and over again, and then I can kind of heal with Cotton Cookie as well too. But otherwise, you guys should just look up on Google or the CRK guide by Loser Squad or a bunch of different guides online with resources about viable team comps you can run. I'm sure there'll be resources later on where people show you guys the most ideal setup for 5 teams to be able to cycle through for each wave. So just keep your eye peeled there. Maybe I'll post those videos on my channel as well too. But I'm going to go over some of my other team comps just so you guys get an idea of what you guys can possibly run. My second team comp is kind of like a summon cheese comp where I'm running licorice, cotton cookie, and pumpkin pie cookie to do summons, as well as running pincushion, which is the summon treasure that buffs stuff there. And I'm kind of just throwing these two on here as just fillers or extra stuff, but I might end up building like snow sugar a little bit and some other things, especially with the level 60 enhancement beacon buff. But you got to also remember the beacon buff probably doesn't upgrade skills and it just upgrades levels. So at the very least, you want to get a character to level 30 so you can unlock all the topping slots and then have some skill levels going. Try to level up as much as you can, but it's an extra booster. As you can see here, my licorice is only level 40, but I'm still using it here in my second team. And my third team here is going to be a speed comp. But because I don't have enough characters built up, I'm kind of just running Ginger Brave and Tiger Lily to kind of push enemies together and stun them with Tiger Lily to stall so that my speed comp can end up pushing and beating down the enemies when needed. My fourth team here is kind of just relying on Dark Choco to debuff their defense, as well as Almond to tie up enemies together so that it multiplies the damage, and Twizzly to AoE them down, and Vampire and Almond will have kind of synergy, I believe, to kind of deal damage on the person and spread the damage, and Sorbet Shark will do AoE there. Now you can see I'm running Crit Scythe and Bear Jelly just to try to throw all my eggs in one basket. And then our fifth team here is just some leftover stuff I have with Herb, Moon Rabbit, Strawberry Crepe, Black Raisin, and Raspberry. You can see here they're all really not leveled, and if you go down here you can see that everybody else is worse leveled. I've been considering replacing Herb with Parfait here just because of the level buff, and Parfait is kind of better than Herb anyways. But those are basically my teams there. Hopefully you guys end up making some good teams. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys found to be really useful for yourself as well too, or some resourceful guides as well. So now, as you guys can see here, when the battle starts, you'll end up just going through dash waves to kill some people and get combos. And you can choose to kind of stay on your team as much as you want, but one concept you might want to look into is having a team that has a lot of AoE so that when there's a lot of monsters, you'll end up killing a lot of those monsters. And then when there's like some tankier mobs, you might want something with a little bit more single target, something maybe like a guild boss type of team, like Sorbet Shark that does true damage. Kind of like in this situation here, maybe I'll switch over to this team so that I can go off and use Sorbet Shark and Vampire and Almond to kind of deal extra damage like that. So some big things you want to keep in mind. Just in general, AoE and single target, just try to have like 2 of each one so that you can cycle through them. And you'll see here that I'm going to switch off of this team and go back to this team here. It kind of also resets cooldowns in a way, as you can tell, because there is a 20-second cooldown in between you being able to use each of your teams. The cooldowns should naturally be reset down to a starting cooldown value. You'll see later on that I'll probably end up using a little bit more of the other teams, but for the most part, if my Hollyberry can hold that front line and keep me alive, I'm just going to use this big main team that I kind of threw all my eggs in one basket with to be able to clear a lot of the waves. Because the 20-second cooldown is going to be a lot longer than the cooldowns to be able to use my skills again anyways. But if you wanted to go for some nice burstiness, you could technically use like some of your skills off everybody, and then once they all go on cooldown, you could swap off to another team because they'll have that shorter starting cooldown and just use it to finish off the enemies. So for example, let's throw out our speed comp here so that Ginger Brave and Tiger Lily can stun these guys, and then my speed comp will finish off all these bees. Because this is more of an AoE, consistent AoE centered team. Now we have like 6 seconds left to swap back, so I'm just going to get ready to swap to probably our Dark Choco team here, because this is kind of our guild boss team as well too. I may want to switch this team in the future and switch Almond off and run like a Cotton Cookie Licorice, kind of like guild boss does, because this is literally just the guild boss. So whatever team is strong for you to kill guild boss is probably something you want to run. And we're actually going to maybe look to swap off here soon, because we're going to die out soon. I don't want really my people to die, but there we go. We killed that off. And kind of strategically figure out what you want to do with your team. I'm going to switch over here to these guys. Maybe I should have kept on that team there, but I'm afraid of my characters dying. So I kind of just swapped off. But I should just really let them die, because once again, it doesn't matter if your part of your team dies. It only matters when your full team dies for your combo to end up falling out. You also will probably, as you play more, get to understanding what each type of minion does. That's why guides exist, so you don't have to learn. So you can watch a guide that tells you like, oh, on chapter 3, wave 9, use this type of thing, because there's a lot of stun, there's web locking, there's a lot of poison, etc., right?
I will not falter. Witness the might of the seas. Out of my way.
And in sort of situation like this where there's a lot of CC, I'm actually gonna switch off my team and try to switch off so that I can have debuff resist on something like Madeleine Cookie, so I can actually deal damage and kill off these little spiderling things. You can kind of see that I'm not using some of the teams like the Cocoa team or the Moon Rabbit teams as much right now. And we're back over here. What I'm gonna do here is, because Chili Pepper Cookie will end up kind of healing single target, I'm gonna try to use this summon team comp just to make it a little bit useful, but to try to wipe off Chili Pepper's ads or summons. Remember that you do not gain points for killing off their summons. So you're trying to kill off the enemy as fast as you possibly can. In which this point here, I'm gonna go back onto these guys. Once again, my somewhat more single target oriented team to try to finish these guys, to finish off Chili Pepper. And I'm gonna probably hop back over to my Hollyberry because my people are dying and I don't want my combo to end. And at this point, because this team is very low on HP, I'm probably not gonna go back on the Dark Choco single target team. And I'm just gonna proceed to cycle through my other allies. And ow, this is really, really hurting, so I'm gonna have to switch off the team probably really soon. In which I'll probably go to this AoE comp again. You really do want to hold off until your characters are able to use all their skills before you kind of swap, because otherwise it's kind of wasted skills, right? This kind of situation here is where I would want to run this team again, but with them being nearly dead, I kind of don't want to mess with it. I can just stick with this team because this team does a lot of AoE and this portal summons a lot of monsters. And I'd like to just kind of beat it down, whittle it down, right? I could technically go back over to the Hollyberry team with the Sea Fairy, which I'll probably end up doing here because you guys are kind of annoying. And Claire will weaken some people, freeze, kind of chip away at the boss. Hopefully nobody dies here for us. And where we go on that wave there. My highest wave, I think, was wave 16, so we're probably not going to make it much farther here. And also, one big thing you want to do, this is a little bit late to say, but obviously don't rush all of your Cookie Alliance runs right away, because you want to be able to hold off onto them. I'm going to swap in a second after my Sea Fairy skill goes off here, probably. Don't want to die there. But you want to hold off on your tickets to try to wait until you are strong as possible, because remember, they are like 12-hour cooldowns or reset times, recharge rates. So you could kind of get a little bit stronger in 12 hours. If you don't see yourself getting stronger, you can definitely use your tickets, but you might want to wait and see what kind of toppings and character levels you can end up getting. I'm kind of confused as to what I want to run here because... Oh, we're gonna die. Let's swap off. The poison still lingers from Toxic Mushroom, so Toxic Mushroom is pretty good in this mode as well too, as you can kind of tell. And we gotta kill this Pancake Cookie off, if possible. Ooh, Raspberry is kind of missing at this point. Oh, did we finish wave 16? Nice. Hopefully we can make it further here. I'm gonna try to do this, and then I don't want to swap to that one. Maybe I'll swap to this team. Oh, this is where I died. Never mind. This is the wave I couldn't beat because this Archer is just ridiculously strong. It has like lifesteal as well as just all these ads. So Yeah, we'll have to figure out a specific team to be able to beat this down. I think one of the ways you want to go about it is probably use AoE to kill off the front cake ads, little doggies, and then work on some single target to kill this guy off. As you can see, my Holly Bear is getting kind of whittled down. Hey, we won. Nice, never mind. I guess we could just kill it like that, but I definitely think using some sort of single target to be able to eliminate the archer from healing and dealing damage would be definitely helpful and useful. I'm actually going to swap off here again because I don't want those guys to die. I want to keep their cooldowns fresh. These guys might die. Oh no. Please don't die. My combo! My combo! Kill him off! Oh shoot! I should be okay. I should be okay. So I can like live one more wave maybe? Oh, okay. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to swap off maybe to our speed comp because our speed comp is fairly healthy. Oh no, don't die. Oh ho ho. All right. I don't know why I'm acting so serious about this because it's not a big deal. We're not going to beat this wave. We got barely anything left in the gas tank. But we're going to try our best here. I think we're just going to stick with this. Oh wait, never mind. All right, let's just switch to this. Oh, our Sea Fairy's dead though. We just need to kill the cowboy. Oh, that's not happening. We're about to die. What's left here? Only Vampire Cookie? We don't have much there. Come on, Eclair. Oh, I think Eclair just missed. No! Shoot! Alright, come on, Team Summons. Oh, we could maybe win this. The Golem is almost dead. Oh, did we just beat Wave 19? Pause. Summons OP. Let's go. Wave 19 done as well too. Nice. And let's see how far we end up getting. Oh, the Wave 20 boss. We're not winning here. But yeah, summon meta seems to be very strong, like Snow Sugar Cookie, as well as other things synergizing with summons could be really, really good here. Just because you technically don't lose HP when you swap to those people. That's okay, we're done. We'll just let everybody die out so we can get our rewards. We could technically hit stop battle, but why not let it finish out? And I'll show you guys the reward screen so you guys can see how it works for those that are a little hesitant to use their Alliance battles. But you guys should definitely always keep your Alliance battles off cooldown. Don't let it cap out because that's just a waste of resources. And you'll see here we have 2 chests. You can only pick one of the chests unless you end up using some of the tickets. I'm probably going to end up using a ticket. I got a common one, but I'm going to show you guys you can use another Alliance ticket here. I got a rare. I got a Balloon Expedition ticket. And you can see kind of the other rewards you get at the bottom here of the time skippers, as well as the random items here. You'll see I got gold and EXP jellies. And real quick, we're going to go to the museum so I can show you guys what you guys will end up doing with the relics. You're going to pretty much be putting them inside your museum as a guild effort together. And you will also be able to see some cool things is that you'll be able to see who ends up putting the relics first. Oh. Where you'll be able to go to guild relics and you'll be able to throw in something like this. I can donate this. You'll see here that the first donor was Eugenesis. So if you are in a guild and you're the first person to be able to do it, it's going to be a pretty cool thing. You'll see Weakest in the server was the first person to do that, but I still threw one in just to be able to upgrade the level as well too. The other thing you can see here is if you click on guild relics, you guys can click on the exclamation points next to the gallery infos on the certain things and see the buffs you'll get. You'll see this one is coins from battles plus 1%, which is pretty trash. But you'll see here increases attack by 100 for ambush cookies, increases attack by 100 for range cookies. That's actually pretty good. And you just need to go and have these relic bonuses. And that kind of also shows with the relic buffs. If you go over to the guild page and go to guild buffs, you can see all the guild buffs active at the time. So make sure you guys try to join a good guild or a fun guild at the very least to try to be able to get a lot of these buffs because they could definitely help you with a lot of your cookie run content. Once again, we are recruiting. That's going to be all for this alliance video. Hopefully it was helpful and you guys understanding more about the alliance, about how you guys want to take it down as well too. Remember also that you may not want to use your alliance tickets to pick up the second chest at the end. I would only do that if you guys are short on time and don't think that you can improve your team in either your team composition or anything like that. And that's going to be kind of your maximum wave cap, which can be the case a lot of the time. But best of luck in the alliance. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this new alliance mode. I personally think it's pretty hefty a little bit early on, because for us Hollyberry players, we kind of don't have a lot of characters level 60 as well as upgraded in a lot of toppings. For pure vanilla, I'm sure that's the case where a lot of people have a lot of toppings, a lot of presets ready to go, so people make a lot of mix and match team setups. But make sure you guys leave likes, subscribe for more cookie run content as well as other gacha content. Follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/klmpie to go and watch me play cookie run and other gacha games live. Join our Discord, be part of our cookie run community, especially if you want to be in our guild, as well as follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram for more content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.